Hello, what's up guys and welcome to Golden Assets. Guys, this video was so good I had to show you the rest guys. So are you ready with some really good information? I just ate a lot of KFC, you know what I mean? I'm ready guys. So let's continue, let's put on the headset guys. Don't forget to subscribe as always.
So there'll be other ways, which I think is good. But I think, it's nice that you kind of outlined all that because I think a lot of people were just thinking of it as like big collections will get like the best stuff, as there's just so many other ways to kind of get those points. So I think that's just like a nice thing to remember. And the other thing I want to talk to you about is a lot of people complain to me about the MCP. They're like, oh my God, MCP's not coming. We've already got the best IP. We've got Vader. We've got
I think within some few months, I think this year, the Master Collecting Program will drop guys and that will be a blast.
partners. We've got Mickey Mouse in the blockchain, Superman, Batman. Like, what the hell is going to be left to drop? We've got Javonche, right? So this is like a lot of the complaints I get. And then the other thing I think about too, and I'm going to hit you with two things here, is like, will the Grails become cheaper and then the shittier stuff?
I already sold my Vader and I got a lot of heat by doing that. So yeah, and as you see on the market guys, a lot of these collectibles, these grails are going down guys. I think you have Vader, he's going under 1k now. Todd, he's going, yeah, somewhere around 1k to 1.3k. Guys, the Parton statue, he was down at 4k. I think the Parton statue will go down to, yeah, at least 3k guys. Just wait, time will tell.
Become more expensive because people are going to off their Grails to get more points to then have more perks, right? So those are a few other things I wanted to throw at you.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess to the first point, I think with the licenses that Veve has right now, just from Disney alone, they could probably continue to drop higher tier IP valuable items for the next like decade without breaking a sweat, right? Now, is everything that's going to be released on Veve a grail? Absolutely not. And it's funny because, when we first started, and I know you've been around, just as long as I have, if not longer even, a grail wasn't a term that was thrown around all the time, mid last year, right? Like something would come out and be like, okay, cool. But then like a Walt would come out and be like, hey, this is a grail. Spider-Man Secret Rare came out. Okay, this is a grail. But now it's like the new Star Trek drop will come out. Oh, this is a grail. And it's like, no, it's not. Like what where are we getting this from? Like, no, it's not, right? And so I think it's more so now about everyone just like everything's a grail because everyone wants everything to pump and they want everything to become more valuable because we lived in a world for the longest time where you would buy something, and especially if it was an ultra rare or low edition or whatever, it would be worth 20x immediately after you bought it. So everyone wants everything to be a grail right now. Not everything on the platform is going to be a grail, but there's still going to be a ton of IP, a ton of categories even that we haven't even seen yet. Think about music, think about sports, think about all these other kind of verticals that we haven't even explored yet that have the potential to have grail or high collectability and high valuable items come out. And so I'm not worried about that aspect of it at all. When it comes to MCP and people dumping their grails for less expensive items so that they can load up, I don't think that the Master Collector program is going to be overpowered to the point where people would be justified in doing that. We saw this when the first two iterations of the MCP came out. The first one didn't reward at all, so everyone dumped their secret rare comic books because they're like, there's no point in owning them to go buy collectibles. And then the second one came out, and it was like comics OP. You were getting like 6 points per secret rare, which was insane. And so then everyone was pumping up the secret rare prices of the comic books just to be able to sell them at a profit and whatever. So I don't see that being an issue right now because realistically, there will always be a percentage of the community that looks to gamify and take advantage of any arbitrage or any thing that's not level within it. But at the same time, I don't see that happening with MCP so much because you are rewarded for holding the collectibles that you own. And yes, you could sell a Walt and pick up 100 comic books, but the way that they have it designed now is like you get a certain amount of points for a set, you get a certain amount of points for holding one of something, but then as you own more than one, the amount of points that you earn decreases exponentially. So by the time you're at four or more of something, you're earning point one of.
I just want to say guys, I have been calculating some few ways how you get the most amount of points in the mass collecting program by, like, let's say having sets, having some different collectibles, comics. So what I've come to realize is that you get most amount of points if you buy rare comic books. You get 2 points for one rare comic book, guys. But it's not worth to stack it. So just buy like one of each. So yeah, I've actually done that. I have now around 35 rare comic books. So yeah, that's that, guys. Let's continue.
Of a point. So like, yes, you may earn 10 more points than someone if you sell a Walt and buy a bunch of Squirrel Girl comics, but like realistically, like points are not going to be valuable enough in my opinion to justify doing that. Like this is just what people should really be looking at this as is it's a complement to the collecting that you're already doing rather than, hey, I now need to collect because the MCP is in place. And if I don't collect these specific items, then I'm not going to be benefited or rewarded. I hope that kind of clarifies things a bit, but no, at least for me, I may sell some sets for Omi eventually just to arbitrage that opportunity when Omi comes on the platform. But when it comes to just collecting for MCP, like just kind of look at it as something that's available to you to take advantage of for your collecting journey. But other than that, I don't see it serving a huge benefit for people.
That makes good sense, man. Like, why would you sell like a gold brick off for like pennies and then hope that those pennies get you back a gold brick one day, right? Like you've already
yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, that's a good analogy. I like that.
Yeah, right. I feel like
because it's golden too. It's golden, right?
Yeah.
I think that they have a lot of great points, but my thought is like this. So let's say you have a Walt and you sell him, guys. You get like 4K. You have lost a Grail, but you can buy like, let's say 500 cheap collectibles. You will get so many points in the mass collecting program. If you have many points, you will get priority for future drops and future Grails. So that is something to think about, guys.
I like it. Yeah.
You're on how many Walts now? Your fourth or your third?
I'm at 4.
One for your wife.
Yeah. So I recently bought one for my wife. I bought her birth year. So I had some liquidity that I had been saving up for other opportunities. Well, specifically for AF15 when it was announced. I made sure I was I thought I made myself in a position where I'd be able to afford it. And then, 15,000 was not something that I was going to spend on it at the time. So I also didn't have 15,000. So that was the other issue. But then I saw my wife's birth year listed on the Walt page, and I just wanted to take advantage of that opportunity because she has been instrumental in kind of my ability to be involved in the community and make my channel and participate as much as I do in things. So I've been very grateful to her. She was also very supportive in me investing our life savings into this project. So, that's not a small ask of anyone. So I thought, it was the least that I could do. And so I was happy to be able to do that. And now I'm up to 4. So I will have to buy another another one of those at some point too, I think.
Yeah,
so.
I can't wait to come to your driveway first, and all 4 of those are looking.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're just it's gonna be like just along each side, just a lineup of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as long as Dr. Profits. I think he's gonna have a longer driveway, but
he's a highway, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So sick. And so here's the last question I have for you on the MCP, and then we'll kind of get into other things. Is just regarding leaderboards. So I know we'll have I know Hero as an example had the one big leaderboard, but here's an idea that a few people have had that reached out to me was, what if they had multiple leaderboards? So you have the overall, you have the Disney, you have even the Star Wars, you have the low mints. And then all of a sudden, all these communities start forming in these different areas, which I think would keep the engagement higher. And then you would have different influencers, in my opinion, that would kind of take to these different areas. And I just feel like it could help grow the ecosystem. But I just wanted to pick your brain on that.
No, actually, that's not something that I've thought about. And I think that's, I kind of look at it as similar to a regional leaderboard, right? Like top in Canada or top in whatever. Yeah, that's actually a really great idea. It's something that I hadn't thought of. In you talk about influencers and other people branching out, and the Gale is big on Kripkins as an example, which is maybe not one of the most popular IPs on the platform, but I think that would be a great idea. That if you have a leaderboard in a specific category, people may go towards that. And my only thought is, I don't know how. I guess if you're earning maybe MCP points or something that's available across the board, but once again, the only thing that I could see is that being being very easy to manipulate. Because let's say you're going to earn MCP points for being on the top of the leaderboard of X collectible versus Y collectible. It's a lot easier for me to be on the top of the leaderboard of Cryptkins, because we already talked about it, versus the Walt leaderboard, like the Disney leaderboard, right? Like it's just so much easier because the barrier to entry is lower. Now, the argument could be made that now the price of those collectibles is going to go up because more people are going to want to buy those because they're cheaper in order to earn points. But it would be really interesting just to see how they would balance that or gamify it. I could definitely see a lot of people taking advantage of that opportunity. And, even if Veve was able to get kind of involved and, they hold a certain.
So yeah, guys, I had to stop it here. The video is pretty long. So I just want to share this video because I think the information is really good. So I hope you all have a great day and see you later. Peace out. Bye. I'm watching you.